How can creators like us, who are new to building online businesses, who have high value skill sets, how do we scale our monthly recurring revenue, or MRR, to get us the freedom we desire? That is the question, and this newsletter will give you the answers. Be sure to subscribe if these are the types of answers you seek. My name is Boise Gordon, and welcome to episode 16 of Boise Talks Business. Episode 16. I failed to book clients, and it highlighted the key to online business success. A discussion on how to leverage this one skill to unlock the full potential of a business. In the last episode, I broke down my client's journey to booking her first meeting. In only 2 days, she booked her first prospect meeting, like first ever. Prior to that, her main client, acquisition method was just like recommendation. I think she only had one client at the time. So now, she's actually booking a meeting a day. Today she booked another meeting. I think she's going to book two or three. So we'll have to wait and see. I haven't heard back from her yet since she said she was in the process of finishing that up. But I was excited to share the behind the scenes journey with you guys and just some insights into, what was working for her, what changed. And, also giving her flowers because she has been working hard. And it makes it so much easier when the people you're working with are passionate because they just go above and beyond. Obviously they want it. And, the whole reason they're investing in your service or in your product is to get it faster, right? So the moment you tell them what to do, well, they instantly want to do it and they want to do it well and they want to learn and they ask questions and they tell you what's working, what's not working. So it's always easier to just work with people like that. So today I want to discuss arguably the most important skill a business owner can have. Patience. Yes, patience. But I do want to dig a little deeper in this episode and zone in on a certain type of patience called delayed gratification. It is a lost art in our society. Everything we have is geared towards giving us instant pleasure, instant dopamine. You got social media, you got your cell phone, you got your jobs, it's all designed to keep us trapped in a way, and instant gratification feels good, but it doesn't give us anything valuable. It doesn't give us fulfillment. All the things that are fulfilling take work to accomplish, right? So it's a lost art, but it is an actionable use case in virtually every part of a business's infrastructure: customer acquisition, business strategy, motivation. And I will discuss all three, and how we can leverage delayed gratification to get us more success. But before I get into those, I think we should talk about my discovery. I couldn't book clients. It was January 2020. I was just starting out as an account manager for my first, corporate job or whatever. My job description was simple. It was close business, manage accounts. That's all they cared about. If you weren't bringing in money, you got to go. That's like, it was cutthroat, but that's how most sales jobs are, right? So we had quotas, we had managers, micromanagers, I should say, call logs, everything you'd expect in an inside sales position. And I had just come off a recent low in my life. Car repossessed. We had no place to live, sleeping on the floor of a friend's place that lived an hour away from where I worked. Had no money, obviously. And this job was supposed to be my comeback story. I needed it to work. So I stayed late every night. I was dialing as many numbers as possible every day. I did everything that I thought I needed to do. 2 weeks in, I had nothing. No clients, no meetings, no leads. Everyone else, was closing and I wasn't. Everyone was seeing success. Bells were ringing, gongs were being hit, like people were tapping on the desk, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like what am I doing wrong? Right? No clients, no meetings, no leads. But I put my head down and tried to figure it out. 1 month in, I closed my first client. It was a mulch dye company. And as you can imagine, mulch isn't really all that expensive, so the profits I could make on the order wasn't that high. But I got 2 orders and made about $275 in profit. The quota for that month was $1,000, or was it 500? I can't remember. The quota thing is like, it wasn't really discussed, but you could tell people were like tracking that to see who would be around once cutting season came. And for those that don't know, like most sales jobs cut people after like 3 months and then after month 6. So once you get started, you're really on the clock. And I was warned of this, so I was very anxious and checking quotas pretty frequently. And then 2 months in, I managed to close 2 more clients. I'd finished that month with $2,500 in profit. The quota, I believe, was $2,000. I know I hit the quota the second month. And this will be the last time I even acknowledged the quota, to be honest. Like, I don't remember what the numbers were actually supposed to be after that. I think month 3 might have been 5,000, but after that, I have no clue. Because over the next 3 months, everything exploded for me. My entire book of business just exploded. I was closing a bunch of business. Had my customers who were giving me 2 or 3 orders, giving me 10 orders, right? And it went a little like this. Month 3 hit 8,500 in profit. So almost quadrupled. Actually, yeah, almost quadrupled month 2. And then month 4, I hit $19,500 in profit. I think it was more than that. I'll probably post the actual KPIs that I had. They started tracking from March. So it only shows March to December, but I think I still have them. I'll put them in here if I can find them. But yeah, $19,500. So like 2 months prior to that, I was making $2,500. Like I've almost 10x'd the previous month, or like the previous 2 months. Right. And then month 5, I hit $29,000 in profit margin. Right. So like I exploded. So of course, this was unprecedented, and the quotas do not tell people, hey, you need to explode in month 3. Like quotas are usually like slower pace. Like they push you, but they don't make it impossible. Right. And then COVID-19, the shutdown happened in March, and my numbers went off a cliff. I think I had like 14,000 that next month after I hit 29. So that was a little disheartening, and I felt like it was my fault. So I tried to change my strategy, but not before I got to the bottom of my problem. I was rushing the process. Like the reason why I couldn't close that first month was literally because of my inability to just be patient. My sales pitches were, hey, stranger, buy from me, right? Like from day one, it was like, buy from me, buy, right? And like, what do you think that most people are getting hit up with? It's like, buy, right? Like, and then the next part was like, oh no, I need to change my niche. Like I was changing niches like every 2 days, because I would call people in like metal and they would say no. And I would call people in, agriculture. They would say no. I would call people in auto manufacturing. They would say no. Like I was changing my niche every single day, and I never, got really involved in the process. The mulch dye company, once I got them, I just stuck with mulch dye, or just mulch. And then from mulch, I expanded to agriculture. And from agriculture, I expanded to machinery. Like it became like a whole roadmap, because I understood the details about mulch dye. I know more about mulch dye than I probably should. And I know more about mulch than I probably should. More about agriculture now than I probably should. And so like that was, the flip there. And then what is everyone else doing? Like that, I was asking that question every day, because I would see people having success, and I'd be like, why am I not having this? Like I'm working way harder than them. Like they're not here until 7 p.m. every day. Like they leave at exactly 5. Like why do they get to be successful? And I was so worried about other people that I wasn't really focused on me. Right. So these are all things that I kept thinking on repeat. And my earlier days were filled with anxiety and concern. Once I slowed down, the sales began flowing in. Like I said, I made the adjustments, and that all came from me just relaxing. Like, dude, chill. Like, trust the process. And that lesson remains true to this day. Delayed gratification saved my career. Put your head down, trust the process, and let it work itself out, and adjust once you have, actionable data, right? So, sales and outreach. This is the most critical to the initial part of a business's success. You need to generate buzz around your offer, and outreach is the only way to do that in the beginning, at least. Most of us know this and immediately begin selling our products to prospects. But there is a problem that we usually face. The problem is that most selling is unnatural. We want to win business, so we put our offer in the face of as many people as possible. It's portrayed as hundreds of people, like sales, like the ideology behind sales, or like what people picture when they see sales. It's like a bunch of people in a bullpen, a bunch of cubicles, making calls nonstop, phones ringing off the buzzer, papers flying all over an office, right? Or a car dealer who's trying to bargain with a family to get them to spend an extra $10,000 on their vehicle or extended warranty. Like, it's manipulation. It's immoral. It's a scam, right? That's the picture that society thinks of sales, right? So because that's the societal perspective of sales, that is also the default that someone takes when they're new to sales. They try to emulate that because that's what they believe sales is. And so the more creator businesses that are, created over the next couple of years, there will be a boom, probably already happening. The more this outlook is going to spread. I need to be manipulative. I need to get people to believe in my product, right? And it's going to be a rough time for people who don't adapt their strategy. So that presents another problem. People want success now, and it shows in how they sell. That's why manipulation, lies, scams, and shadiness, they're all products of people shortcutting the process. They don't want to put in the time to build a relationship. They don't want to put in the time to actively look at someone's profile or like identify if they're even a good fit before reaching out. This is where delayed gratification will help a seller stand out. And plus, if you have to sell your stuff, it's probably not good stuff. If you have to manipulate someone into buying from you, it's probably not worth it. Right? So like, just make sure like the value's there. But anyway, don't try to go for the gold right away. The successful thrive by networking and making connections until an opportunity presents itself. That's what I did. I literally have conversations. Opportunity, boom, I'm jumping on it, right? But I'm not sitting there offering myself to everybody I call right away. No. Be okay with having conversations that don't need or don't lead to immediate business, right? Next part, business optimization. This is a portion that often gets disguised as innovation. Like everybody's like, oh, I'm being innovative, I'm being creative, I'm being different, I'm standing out. But most of the time it's just impatience. Like most things in business have a cycle of at least 90 days. Don't get me wrong, like some things happen faster and you might see signs early enough, but not every time. Every time? No, it doesn't happen every time. Most things is 90 days, 90-day cycle. All right. Truth is, most of us don't like to believe in the power of compounding, but it's a requirement to be successful at anything. The little actions we take amount to bigger things, and once we do them for a long time, boom, we get what we want. Delayed gratification. When it comes to making a business adjustment, it's imperative that you have like feedback to do it, not just making an emotional decision out of frustration or, trying to be trendy or keeping up with the Joneses, but like an informed and logical decision. Like you have something that says like, this is a smart move. All right. You get the information by doing things even when you don't see the results on day 7. Like you gotta do it for longer to get actual informed information because anomalies occur every day. All right. So you got to make sure that what you're seeing isn't just an anomaly or just the randomness of life. Right. Can you wait until day 30, day 45, day 90 to change your business strategy? Like how long can you wait? Because maybe it's not the strategy that needs to change. Like maybe it's you, And so if we always make emotional decisions based on how we feel, well, our business is going to suffer because businesses succeed when they make logical decisions, not emotional ones. All right. Passion and hard work. This is the hardest pill to swallow. I had to get over it. My ego's been crushed several times along my entrepreneurial journey, not just in trying to do sales, but also just trying to run a business. All right. Most people don't work hard because they lack passion. They want the money, the fame, the nice things, but that isn't enough. Especially for me. Like I wanted a nice car. I wanted a mansion for a really long time. I do not want those things anymore. I'd rather travel the world, like live a nomadic lifestyle. Like I would want that. And what use is a mansion going to do if you're never there? What use is a car going to do if it's parked because you're on a vacation? Right? So like for me, I had to get super clear about what I actually wanted, what I had a passion for. And not just like what I want out of, what I'm doing, but do I want to do what I'm doing? Right? And 2 days of hard work isn't going to get you any of those nice things anyway. So like it's going to require a consistent amount of effort. Like that's all we've been talking about, just consistency. Professional athletes dedicate their lives to their sport because before they even see a penny from the profit, they dedicate their entire lives to the sport. Like from day one, like from like child age, like 5 years old, dedicating their entire lifestyles to the sport that they play. They train every day. They only eat the right things, which means they're not eating junk food for no reason. They wake up early or stay up late to get either their homework done or to train before school or whatever. Through the distractions that come with being young and dumb, sorry, they still remain committed to the grind like that entire time. They're young. We're talking like 10-year-olds committed, doing footwork drills for no reason, right? Like coming home from school and immediately getting trained to play their sport. Like most children want to play. And then they grow up while we're partying, while we're sleeping in, while we're hanging with our friends. They're investing in an opportunity. Like they sacrifice everything to be good at this one thing, even though their dream isn't a guarantee. Like they're doing all of this knowing that there's a slim chance that they'll actually make it, right? Like to think about it with business, what is it like? Only one in five businesses make it past 15 years. That's 20% chance. That's 25%. That's like 20% chance. Like that's huge. That's not an anomaly. Like the NBA, I think is like what, 0.1%. The lottery is even worse than that. Like, so when people like give up early in business, it's like there are kids that are more dedicated to their journey than you know? That's why watching the Olympics can be like so disheartening. You see like 16-year-olds like winning gold for their country. Like it's crazy. But like, why are they so dedicated? Why are they dedicated to a dream that isn't a guarantee? Even less of a guarantee than running a successful business. It's because they love what they do. They love it. They aren't counting the reps. They aren't counting the years it takes. They aren't counting the money they make, because they would do it all for free anyway. I mean, it's not like they're getting paid to train in the early stages. They're kids. I mean, now you got the NIL deals, but not everybody is getting money from that stuff. Right? Like this, and the scholarships to college, it's a scam because the college is making money off of every player. They're just giving some of that back in the terms of, oh, you get to be here for free. Like it's not like actual money. At least now they're paying them a little bit, but I don't think that's going to compensate what they're actually worth. Right? Plus, they would be doing it for free. Who cares? It's like an extra check. So my question, would you be doing your business if you weren't getting paid to do it? For me, I've been helping people with their businesses for a long time, and I've been doing it for free. This is the first time I'm actually charging to get business advice. And I'm still giving most of it away for free. Like this podcast is free. I'm not going to make people pay for it. Even before I started my business consultancy, and even when I started my business consultancy, I wasn't making any money. I'm barely making money now, like compared to what I was making when I was running my company and when I was working for, the logistics brokerage. Like I wasn't earning, or I'm not earning anything now in comparison. I was making 6 figures. All right. So like passion changes delayed gratification from a form of torture to a form of hope. Because rather than focusing on how long is it going to take, it's all I got to do is this. Oh, that's easy. Like, so like if you're looking at the days and you're counting the hours and you're putting a transaction on your effort, then you probably aren't doing something that you like to do. Just being honest. Because like if you can't enter the flow state where you forget about your time, you forget about the other stuff and just focus on what you're doing, like I doubt you're going to make it past that point where you're seeing success. So if you are passionate about what you do, just keep going. Keep learning, keep getting better. Put your head down and grind. Success is for those who outlast everyone else. And if you'd like some guidance along the journey to help you achieve your goals faster, then join my waitlist. We can hop on a strategy call and see if we're a good match. And, once I open more slots, people on the waitlist will have priority. So if you're interested in that, reply scale to the email if you're part of the Substack, or DM me on Extra Substack. I did put links in the actual newsletter for anyone interested. And for my, external listeners on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, just email me at waitlist@boisegordon.com. All right. P.S. Again, be sure to subscribe if you want some daily advice. I'm doing this every day. Cool. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope you got something valuable out of this. I haven't eaten today. I've been holding it off since yesterday. I passed out the minute I ate lunch. I don't know what it is. Something about food digesting just makes me super sleepy. So I tried to get everything done today. So this is pretty much the last thing I'm doing. Then I'm done. So thanks so much for tuning in. And if you enjoyed this, be sure to leave a like, leave a follow, subscribe, whatever you can. I'd appreciate it. Have a good one.